conversations with people about it, and it's like, Jesus, like just trying to get the documents, like when they're trying to get the Epstein files, like the state of New York, one of the district attorneys was they were hiding documents that have forced them to give documents. I think there's so many fucking powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied. Air quotes, partied. And how many of them went to the Diddy parties? Have you been paying attention to the trial?
Oh, yeah.
Trials. Wild.
Why don't they air it the same way they aired the coverage that
Johnny
Depp got?
Joe Rogan just dropped the full A-list of celebs Diddy named from behind them prison walls, and the streets ain't ready for who's on it. Word is these ain't random names, but people who moved too close and now looking real nervous. If even half of what he's saying holds up, Hollywood about to get real quiet. The first name popping up heavy right now is Ellen DeGeneres, and this one got folks scratching their heads. Because ever since the Diddy drama really started heating up, Ellen basically vanished. No press runs, loud statements, and late night jokes. Everything is all gone. Remember last year when Ellen quietly packed up and dipped out the US? She popped up overseas, settled in England, and been laying low ever since. Publicly, she said it was politics, that she did not vibe with the direction of the country. The streets never bought that clean version. Word is the timing lined up too perfect with the heat around Diddy, the talk of old files getting reopened, and powerful names starting to sweat.
All right, what does the panel think of Ellen leaving the country? Oh, this I find so fascinating because first Ellen is canceled by the left. I mean, she said, I was kicked out of show business. That wasn't from the right. That was because she had a toxic workplace and all the things that the people are. So then Trump so she's canceled by the left in her country, but then she's leaving the country because the right got elected. I'm just asking about that. It doesn't completely compute, right?
Did she sell her house?
Do you think she's really going to leave?
Yes, she's already there.
Where?
And she announced it. England. Cotswold,
England.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know. I've met her mother, and I don't think she would have agreed with that. The mother is very down to earth.
Ellen and Diddy were not just industry friends. He was a regular on her show, joking about wild parties, dropping hints about his lifestyle, and she was right there smiling like it was all harmless fun. Looking back, those clips hit different. The nickname she gave him on air, Cuddle McSnuggle stuff, then brushing it off saying viewers did not need to know why. At the time, people laughed. Now with everything that came out about the private sessions and the recordings, that energy looks familiar in the worst way.
Great. So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seen to show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that? Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like, what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party, though.
Uh-huh.
No, it'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And then it will carry on there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then no, I mean the after party.
Mm-hmm. No, I know about them.
Joe been pushing the angle even harder. Word is he dropped evidence pointing at Ellen running a casting couch pipeline right alongside Diddy. Young talent coming on the daytime couch, getting comfortable, then allegedly getting pulled into private circles later. Names like Sophia Grace and Rosie, the viral young stars she helped launch, started getting re-examined. Folks online asking why so many very young individuals kept getting funneled into these powerful environments so early. The friendship between Ellen and Diddy always felt overly familiar on camera. They joked about after-hours activity, like the audience was already supposed to understand the vibe. Now people are replaying every frame, asking why daytime television felt so comfortable normalizing those conversations. Joe Rogan sat with all of that and said the quiet part out loud. If Diddy is naming names from prison, Ellen sits near the top of the list of people who moved in the same rooms and should be answering questions behind them walls. Next name circling the block is Oprah Winfrey. Rogan been loud about private messages between her and Diddy that might be floating around. If those chats ever come fully to light, the streets say they could change how people see one of the most powerful women in media. For years, people laughed when Kat warned that the truth was going to catch up to heavy names. Folks now been paying attention. An interview of Oprah Winfrey when asked about them Epstein-Diddy records. In her words, it should be called seduction and a. If the molester is good, the victim enjoys it. Them street been asking, what kind of speech is that unless she's involved and supports it?
It's a lure. It's a seduction. I think it should be called seduction and a.
because there's a seducing process that happens.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
Fast forward to today, the timeline hitting harder. Diddy is already locked up, serving term due to his sentence from the lawsuits stacked past 120 accusers, according to attorney Tony Busby, and the talk of accomplices and powerful figures who helped create the environment never stopped. Allie Carter had been saying for years that she was used as a party favor in gatherings involving powerful figures and that other big names would eventually face scrutiny. She even predicted Diddy's arrest. Rose McGowan challenged Oprah years earlier during the Weinstein fallout, suggesting powerful people in entertainment sometimes protect each other instead of exposing what they knew. Dr. Umar Johnson and Jaguar Wright both pointed at the same tightly connected networks where loyalty and silence were expected. When the Epstein files dropped millions of pages earlier this year, the public got a clearer picture of how interconnected those elite circles really were. Critics also started revisiting the old controversy around the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa, where serious misconduct allegations against a dormitory staff member led to investigations and lawsuits.
There are many facets to this. The conduct we will describe today occurred over more than 20 years. There are many people and many entities involved. And we're going to follow this evidence wherever it takes us. We will find the silent accomplices. We will expose the enablers who enabled this conduct behind closed doors. We will pursue this matter no matter who the evidence implicates.
I was a party favor.
What does that mean?
I was a party favor. I was somebody you could take off the table.
So you're telling me they set
I set you
on a table, like when you go to a birthday party and they have gift bags for everybody that comes that have candy and toys in them,
Yep.
and they set them on the table. So you're telling me at the freak off parties, they put chicken on the table instead of gift bags, and then people can do what?
take you off the table and have with you, even though it's against the rules. I never thought that we would see the day where Diddy would get arrested, and I told you guys in that Maria Z interview in 2021 that no one tells on Diddy. P. Diddy. All right? Just the same way nobody tells on Denzel Washington. Yeah, I was at a Diddy party. I was one of the party favors. But I told you, nobody tells on Diddy. Maria Z, I did that interview in 2021. 7 months ago. We made sure, I already knew, that Diddy and Oprah is about to get arrested. I already knew that 7-8 months ago. We went and made sure there were sworn documents. We have them.
So Rose McGowan has put Oprah on blast. Rose recently called out Oprah on Twitter over her past associations with some controversial men. Rose wrote, quote, "From being pals with Harvey Weinstein to abandoning and destroying Russell Simmons' victims, she is about supporting a sick power structure for personal gain. She is as fake as they come."
The streets put all of that next to the rumored private chats and asked the same question Joe Rogan is amplifying. If Diddy is calling out the people who move just as reckless, why is Oprah still moving freely while he sits inside? Then there is Ashton Kutcher. Old clips keep resurfacing of him right in the mix at them elite white party type gatherings, smiling, dancing, looking way too comfortable for somebody who now claims he was just passing through. The energy in those videos does not look like a man who felt out of place. When he got asked about those parties publicly, he froze up, stumbled over words, long pauses, nervous laughs. The kind of response that makes people feel like way more is being left unsaid. The scrutiny got worse when folks remembered how Ashton and Mala wrote letters defending Danny Masterson after the conviction. That support forced him to step back from the anti-trafficking organization he co-founded and made people question the circles he really runs with. Joe Rogan lined that history up next to the Diddy tapes and the names floating from prison and said the streets are asking a harder question now. How deep was Ashton really in that messy world? And why does the timeline feel so uncomfortable once you stack the parties, the defense letters, and the sudden distance?
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. I can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. Diddy party stories, man. That was like some weird memory lane.
Chrissy Teigen's name is getting pulled into the same conversation. The streets also dug deeper into Chrissy's after she wiped over 60,000 old posts once the heat got real. Word on the street is those deleted messages and comments raised serious questions about conversations involving people not of age, with some online pointing at language that hinted at darker activity and recruitment patterns. Then there was the old clip where she talked about being willing to try human meat in a fancy setting if the person okayed it, and the awkward Obama she refused to discuss on camera, the pizza references that made people side-eye hard, and the overall pattern of comments that the internet treated as crossing serious lines with young individuals. The elite class keeps showing the same energy once the posts get deleted and the silence kicks in.
Was when you were on David Chang's Netflix show, you talked about the weirdest thing you would eat. Before you say that, we've got a little clip here.
Uh-oh. If the person okayed it, I would eat it. If you were at a very fancy restaurant and they were like a tiny piece of meat.
No. I think the only way
you wouldn't try a tiny bite?
No.
Really?
Absolutely not.
When you can get David Chang to be speechless, I mean, when you can make him speechless. No, it's like, as soon as I said that too, I was like, this isn't gonna go over well.
Wait, would you really eat? What body part would you eat?
Haven't you been to that bodies exhibit down on right? Have you been there?
I've been there.
I feel like we've eaten everything. Like everything has been eaten in fine dining. What's one thing that hasn't been served?
Online critics been really wild, as one user puts it. She and her wimpy husband should be arrested for child abuse. I pray for the Aussie children. Another wrote, loser class, low life with money. One day she'll be judged by the man that matters. Then this user bluntly said, the girl is so ugly. How does she even get the title of a model? That's one sick contract she signed. Yet another said, how are they laughing with her? So evil. Now the narrative Diddy is allegedly pushing from prison is simple. If he is going down for the environment he created, the ones who helped keep it running or look the other way should be sitting in the same conditions. Next up is Paris Hilton. Throughout the 2000s and 2010s, she rolled deep with Diddy, hitting the legendary white parties, birthday bashes, and high-profile gatherings. Old posts resurfaced where she hyped one of his house parties, calling it unforgettable and saying he had amazing energy and a heart of gold.
The best party I've ever been to was at Blank's house.
Puffy's 50th birthday. It was so sick.
Yeah.
Epic.
People are asking whether she just partied and left or whether she saw more than the public ever realized, and whether any of that knowledge stayed quiet while the machine kept moving. Sliding further down the list is Snoop Dogg. Decades in the same industry, same parties, private spaces. Insiders like Ali Carter have claimed his name has been floating in serious allegations since 2020, long before Diddy got sentenced. Nothing major stuck in the public eye. Instead, he stays center stage, smiling, celebrated. Old rumors about industry betrayals and information getting passed around never fully died. Joe Rogan has been pointing at how certain names stayed protected while others took the fall, and the streets are treating. And there are rumors of Snoop lining Tupac up. These rumors have always been there that Puff might have had something to do with Pac's death, something Pac hinted at himself when he was shot the first time.
Everybody knew that Snoop Dogg, mentioned him in December of 2020, but everybody beat the hell out of me. Screw you, that can't be true. What the hell do I know, right? And then recently it just came out again that Snoop Dogg got accused of actually trafficking. And what did everybody do? Ooh, Snoop Dogg is at the halftime. I'm going to the halftime. But we canceled Dr. Seuss. And Jemima. Nobody mad. Nobody.
So do you think Puffy was involved in the shooting?
Only they can answer that question. I have my own opinion, but I wouldn't slander their name like they did mine. I wouldn't say things that I knew, you know what I mean? I believe so. I do believe so. I have proved things that I can say that will back up my claim, but this is not the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows.
Kevin Hart sits in a quieter but telling spot. He was around during the Flavor Camp era. Old footage around Diddy feels tense in hindsight, like a man trying to keep distance without making it obvious. At the BET Awards, he shut down after parties and scheduled the show on a Monday so folks could not hang around late. Industry whispers say that was not just comedy, that was a boundary.
That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like just I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And I'm
what the did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. You know, doing what I do best. Oh! Did the camera catch that? Got the camera! Got the camera! We had technical difficulties last time, but I'm gonna tell you something. When you with troopers, we act as troopers and we fix situations. We're up here, everybody's safe. No, this one's here. We had Trigger Trey on the scene. Honestly, second-degree black belt in first aid. Right now, also my man Terrence, BT 106 Park, he's in the building. Shouts out to Terrence for a very small waistline on his pants. Listen, we're really right now. Listen, what we're doing is unbelievable. No, listen. What we're doing is unbelievable up here.
A message to people who know exactly what he meant. The streets read it as a man who saw enough to know when to step back. And Joe Rogan has been using that kind of quiet reaction as more proof that the names Diddy is dropping from inside are not random. Mace rounds out the heavier end of the list. He was there from day one of Bad Boy, the parties, business deals, contracts. 10 years fighting to get out of his deal. When Diddy finally freed him publicly, Mace looked shocked, nervous, grateful in a way that did not feel healthy. He even joked that he was not used to Puff doing good things. That joke told the whole story. 50 Cent been hinting that certain old Bad Boy voices sit on testimony that could open a lot more doors. Joe Rogan is treating Mace the same way, as another name that belongs in the conversation of people who knew the full weight of the machine and stayed quiet long enough to survive it. Put the full list next to each other and the pattern stops looking like coincidence. Ellen vanishing overseas the moment the heat rose. Oprah's name tied to private chats and old networks that whistleblowers kept pointing at. Ashton freezing up when the party questions got direct. Chrissy Teigen's overlapping circles getting re-examined. Paris hyping the same rooms that later got exposed. Snoop staying celebrated while older allegations sat untouched. Kevin drawing quiet boundaries once the lessons started landing. Mace looking shocked by basic freedom after years under the same roof. Joe Rogan is saying Diddy did not just name random people from prison. He named the ones who moved in the same spaces, benefited from silence, and should be answering the same questions behind them walls. Now spotlight on you. How many more names are still sitting quiet, hoping the list never gets longer? What does it say about the industry when the people who partied the hardest are the same ones who disappeared the fastest once the federal heat arrived? And if Diddy is calling them out from inside as equally guilty, how long before the streets demand the same conditions for every name on that list? Drop your thoughts in the comment, hit that like, subscribe, and stay tapped in with the next jaw dropper loading up now.